if people got in trouble for saying certain things on YouTube, I think we still wouldn't get fined. We'd still be all right. They would just take away the monetization that we currently have not applied for. So it's okay. It is
if that makes me hubris, then kill me. I guess. Drive safe, Dave. I mean, that's what you say all the time. And you know what? I am a man. Let me tell you this. I'm a man of passion, a man of great heart, great spirit, a very sympathetic man that's out there to encourage each and every one of you.
Any humility? I didn't hear humility at all within any of that.
I wasn't done. You have to let me go. Yeah. Not a lot of
WWRD is what we got.
Those aren't bad things to say when you find yourself at a crossroads, not only in your trucking day, but in your life. Often people will say WWRD.
Man, that's almost blasphemy. I'm going to go out on a limb. You're
the one that I was just quoting you, Drive Safe.
I just, you know what? I can point out Satan. Doesn't mean I cheer him on.
Whoa.
I'm just saying.
Wow.
Big comparison. You are on the show with this man. He is your co-host, and you are going to. So let me just
as an example.
Okay. So let me get this straight.
Sir.
So because you are, let's say Sir Rick is Satan, right?
God,
so now we're sitting, and you are willingly every day talking with Satan and having camaraderie with him,
let's
right?
Quit referring to me as Satan, guys. I mean, come on now. You got him talking about me. I mean, you're sitting next to Satan.
Third person.
Does that make you any better?
And as we sit here and discuss, he who shall not be named.
Hey, you know what? We did have some interesting conversations this morning around T-Mobile, right? I mean, it wasn't that pretty, crazy to think about these hackers and what goes on when they log into a system. And if you don't know it, if you have T-Mobile today, odds are your information may have been hacked. Over 40 million people have had their information hacked. And as we spoke about this morning, Drive Safe,
10% of the population of the United States.
Yeah, you know what? I was wondering about that. I don't know if it's just the United States alone, if that was recorded for just the U.S., or if that's, tell me that's worldwide. I mean,
I'm honestly not sure, but the number did actually bump up to 5.3 million prepaid customers. And that's just people who have been post-paid customers, right, who were part of the breach. And they also confirmed that 7.8 million on-contract people were also counted in that breach. So it's more than the initial number. They're picking up the pieces as the days continue.
Can you hear me now? Right? Can you hear me now?
Not past. And are you really you?
Oh, man. So, listen, last names, first names, social security numbers, everything, maybe even the mother's maiden name has been taken.
Credit score.
I think they got the first street that I lived on as a child in there, too.
Wow.
That's nuts. I mean, one of the biggest breaches ever. And again, as we spoke about, Biden's, that administration, their first big job to go after right now on this. Your stuff, if it makes you feel better, Drive Safe, Dave, your information worth somewhere between $8,000 and $750,000. So somewhere in there, depending on that credit score, is the true value of your stuff on the dark side, the dark net.
And grouped in, right? Within that my bus load or whatever it is. It's got to be, it's whatever grouping or bus load that you told me this morning. It's the bus load, the certain numbers. So do you get like the A-listers, the B-listers, the C-listers? Do you get those things?
Probably, I'm assuming. Okay, so I will say, back in my Toys R Us days, right? I had a friend who liked to go and check out the dark web.
I had a friend.
I had a friend. I had a friend. No, I did actually have a friend. I'm not good enough with that side of computers to get all into this stuff. So he was like, I want to check out the dark web just to see like what's on there, what it is. It's a bunch of forums, essentially, right? It's like, I don't know if you guys know about Reddit. It's essentially just like Reddit, but for a bunch of people who want to sell and buy illegal stuff all the time.
Yep.
So he actually found, like, whenever people steal identities and sell them out, they're sold in little packages. So they're like, these people have this much worth on them in terms of their credit score, stuff like that. These people have this, or here's a credit card number with a limit of $10,000, or here's a credit card with a limit of $20,000 or $5,000.
Are there any guarantees on this? I mean, if I bought Drive Safe Dave and his credit score was 8:40 at the time when I thought, and it was only 6:30. Do I get any of my money back? They are pretty honorable people, mind you.
Yeah, no, they don't hack hospitals. They don't they don't hack anything like that. No military, nothing. They keep their hands off of foreign affairs.
And you're sure about this? I mean,
they came out in a statement and said
We've
it.
been
Yeah,
speaking about it for years. Where you been?
No. I feel like a lot of them are.
Have you
foreign
been lying
nationals.
on the show?
No,
you didn't believe what you read?
No. If you're a foreign national and you're attacking American information, I feel like you are I believe to me you are committing an act of a war, right? Aren't you? You're attacking American citizens. Right?
You're the one that said it. I don't know. But let's go. Let's move this a little bit further on down the road before we start getting wars and start talking about all this stuff. Toys R Us. Producer, you brought it up. Toys R Us coming back. Yep. 400 stores in 2022. Congratulations, you get to go buy your draft.
I can't wait. I'm also excited about the the cars. You can just drive those little plastic cars. I never had one. But there was a neighbor of mine who had one, and I would always go over there and use their little toy car because I was like, this is awesome. My parents never wanted to get one for me because they said, and I quote, it's a big piece of plastic junk. And so I never got one. And
aren't all toys?
Now I can go and do that.
Of plastic, aren't
the good news is that you could probably still fit in one and ride it, right?
Yeah, no, I think I don't have my driver's license yet. I get that next year, so I can go in there and get a car.
No.
But speaking of retail locations, and actually I thought this was pretty interesting, especially because Toys R Us and a few other places were doing so well this year due to, or I guess recently I should say. So Amazon is actually now planning on opening up large retail locations that are about the size of department stores to start selling things that are based from their fulfillment centers, as well as almost like a grocery store as well. So
the things that never just got fulfilled.
Yeah,
that's what I was wondering. But you know what? You bring up a good point. I mean, I thought we were moving into the era in which we quit going to the big box stores, right? And where the brick and mortar was going away. Is it making, or has it made a comeback?
I truly don't know if it's made a comeback, but I think it's just going to be, at some point, brick and mortar is going to be around forever. It just is. I mean, it's not ever going to go completely away. People do like to go shop, and they like to see what they get. Sometimes people actually like to try on the shoes before they buy them. I know that some people do, right? Some people still like to go try the dress on before they buy it. My wife, I don't, and God love her, she likes to just buy them all, try them on, and then send them back if she doesn't like them.
Well, I can tell you this, from back in the day, Sir Rick never bought a pair of shoes before he tried them on. Anyway, drive safe, Dave.
What does that even mean?
Luckily, we are not monetized by YouTube yet, so we are just going to move past that. But yeah, I think it's interesting. I think we're going to start seeing a return to brick and mortar stores as people almost get exhausted from the amount of online orders and the frustrations with delays and out of stock and all of these things that we're seeing with late orders even. I mean, we're seeing the USPS is saying, well, we're just going to deliver late now because we're in debt. So I think
producer, have you ever ordered groceries and had them delivered to your house?
I have not, actually.
You have?
Absolutely.
Talk to me about that.
We've done it several ways.
Are you that busy?
My wife is. I mean, she gets busy. I mean,
it's a woman's job, right? To go grocery shopping.
But
you said right.
He did say right. Let it be known. He said right.
No, she usually goes to the grocery store because when I go to the grocery store, I come back and I get in trouble because it's not what I'm supposed to buy.
It's everything else, right? Boy, that would look good. Yeah.
I come back and she's like, "Why do you have 4 bags of Cheetos? Why do you need 4 bags? It's you and me." And I'm just telling you, I get eggs and I get the stuff, but then I buy other things because I do like to buy what I want, right? When you're at the grocery store,
and sometimes you just want 4 family-sized bags of Cheetos.
It's a weekend, long weekend.
It's a long weekend. It's a Netflix weekend. And anyway, she has, and I think she has been, she has moved away from having the groceries delivered because we have had them delivered, but she also has moved more into the pull into the spot and then they walk it out. She's ordered it online. They walk it out, put it in her car, and she drives off.
Yeah, see, I'm still not there. I like to I'm the one that would rather go and pick out my produce. You know, that way I can sample that grape, sample that cherry.
They actually do a pretty good job.
That part. They do a good job, but I still want to put my hands on it. At the end of the day, I want to be the
Sample the grapes.
I want to be the one that picks out that steak. I don't want somebody else picking out my steak.
Yeah, I mean, I like to sample my spices and go in the store, change the labels. I can't if I go and get if I have them
bring
it to my car.
Web. You're already stealing.
Yeah, no, if they're bringing my groceries to the car, I can't replace the label of my spices to make it cheaper. If I don't want to actually pay $10 for what was it called? I don't even remember what the spice was. It's been so long.
I don't know. But
it was
I'll
a
tell
truffle
you
salt.
My wife will tell you she does like the certain things that you can buy. The toilet paper, the Charmin toilet paper, is the left package any different from the right package? And then the paper towel rolls and the Bounty.
Look, I'm getting that side, but I'm talking about produce. Okay. I'm not sniffing the underwear. I'm not sniffing the toilet paper before I buy it. I'm just, just bring it.
Are you that guy that's over there at the bread aisle?
I will fill the bread, see if it's fresh.
I'm just saying that there are certain items that she buys.
When you go buy produce, here we go. When you go buy some eggs, what do you look? When you buy milk, do you buy the one that's right there? Or do you get the one in the back that gives you another 3 or 4 more days before it expires? Same way with the eggs. I like to be the one that chooses my destination.
Yeah, because sometimes you can just get a broken egg, and that sucks. Then what? Now you've paid for a broken egg, and now a poured egg all over the rest of your other fine eggs.
Well, typically you don't get, and if there's anything wrong with your order, they'll credit you. For the whole 12. No, they'll credit you for the whole 12. And guess what? You got 11 plus 12.
Oh, so it's a way to make money for you.
Okay. You know what, Drive Safe Dave? I like the way you think. Now I can get behind that.
If the order's not right, you can call and they'll make it right.
Well, enough said. Hey, let's give away some money on the Fridays. What is it? $100 day? Where are we at?
Oh, I think we're at $100 today.
Let's just make it $200.
Let's make it $200.
Let's make it $200.
And you know what? I think we got somebody. Why not?
I like it. I like what we're doing right now.
Jeanette Hayes, do you know that phrase that pays? Miss Jeanette Hayes, can you let yourself be unmuted and give us that phrase that pays? Because I know that it landed on you, and I'm pretty confident that you know it.
I think I do. Let me give this a try. Can you guys hear me?
We can.
All right. Situational awareness is always key to keep the road safe for you and me.
And can you give that to me one more time?
Situational awareness is always key to keep the road safe for you and me.
And Jeanette, that is $200 in your pocket right there. That is $200 in your pocket.
Before we go.
Hold on, Jeanette. Before we do one more thing, I want you to do this. Jeanette, you won $200. You can't choose your husband, but if Jeanette, hopefully you're not driving right now, but if you aren't driving, can you look at the list of names right now on that show, and can you bless one more person on the show with $200?
I can. I'm going to pick, let's see, Richard Lindsay.
Richard Lindsay. Well, we love that. You know what? Richard, on behalf of Miss Jeanette, you got another $200. Congrats to both of you. That's what I'm talking about, Drive Safe Dave. Just part of the goodness with BCB Live.
Thank you, guys. Y'all are awesome.
Hi, this is Drive Safe Dave. We're here this afternoon. We're going to show the proper way that BCB drops a trailer, whether it be on the yard or a customer or anywhere. We're going to show how we do it. That way we all do it together exactly the same way and there's no confusion. All right, here we go. Here's DJ getting out of the truck, and he's going to demonstrate the proper BCB way to drop a trailer anywhere. Notice how DJ is placing one hand on the trailer while he's cranking for support and to keep from hurting his back. He's going to walk to the back and show exactly what not to do when you drop the trailer. Notice how he's cranking hard on the trailer legs, trying to lift the trailer, and in essence, he's lifting the tractor. DJ is dumping the airbags, lowering the weight onto the legs of the trailer, and then he's going to release the kingpin and pull out from underneath the trailer smoothly. See, you'll pick up the trailer, you lay it in, it's not too low, it's at the perfect height, so when he comes in, all the pressure will be off the landing gear. Good job. As DJ backs up underneath the trailer, he's picking it up off of the legs. Notice how you're not pushing on the legs, you're actually pushing on the tandems and the wheels and the brakes, what it is intended to do. What he's done is he's taken all the pressure off the legs, he's lifted it, and he's only tugged on the trailer. He hasn't tugged on the legs to the landing gear. He's only tugged the rear brakes. Now we know that the vehicle is secure to the tractor, and that way, all he's got to do is hook up his airlines, do his pre-trip, and he's good to go. Safety can be seen just about anywhere.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Disoriented Dale. No, Double Check Dale today. I'm going to fly solo this afternoon. Welcome to the afternoon safety show. You know, we've been talking this week about Brake Safety Week starts Sunday. Actually, it'll start probably Saturday night. And we've already had 2 level 1 inspections, and the level 1, of course, are the ones where they do the brake measurements. Both of them passed. Great job, drivers. But we've been just talking, the first couple days we talked about the brakes and the number of inspections we've had, number of violations. And then the Wednesday and Thursday we talked about the tires, number of inspections and violations out of service. And so let's kind of wrap it up today with a total. So 76% of all out of service violations are brake and tire related. 51% of all vehicle maintenance violations are brake and tire related. You know, these are things that the tires are specifically easier to see than the brakes sometimes. But, you know, if we're doing the pre-trip, the good proper pre-trip, and looking at our brakes and looking at our tires, and when we see the defect, getting them fixed, you know, that goes a long way in preventing these roadside inspections with violations having to do with brake and tire. And again, just a reminder, I know we beat you over the head with this and keep bringing it up, the brake and tire violations are 2 of the highest point violations in vehicle maintenance category. Most of your tire ones are 8 points. A lot of them are out of service, so that's 10 points. That goes to, that goes to BCB's vehicle maintenance scores, but it also goes to your PSP. And so, you don't want those on there either. So pre-trip, pre-trip, pre-trip. And the second part of the pre-trip is when we find the defect, is to take the time to get it taken care of. Okay, so that's where we're at there. Safety streaks, we're at 94 days on DOT preventable accidents. So that's really a nice streak. 6 days away from that magic 100, the triple digits. Unfortunately, we had to start over on to get out and look back in accident street. We're at 1 day, but all journeys start with, that first step. And so we got 1 day behind us, and let's keep it going. Mr. Producer, we take a break or go right to... Hey, welcome back to the weather segment of the show. We're going to just jump right into the weather radar. This is the big picture right now. This is, let's get this back to where we at. Look at me go on this map. We look at it, here's a current thing, not a lot of happening out west. We got some storms and going on up in North Dakota, Dakotas, a little bit into Montana, and then if we look at it down along the Gulf Coast again, there's some storms in Mississippi or some predicted rain in Mississippi, or this real time in Mississippi and Alabama, and then a little bit up the Gulf Coast. If we look at winds today, the winds today out west, that's where they're really starting to pick up some gust and some speed. Las Vegas 30, Salt Lake City 39. Seeing pretty large pockets of that red and purple color means that, the winds are picking up. And so if you're lightweight, maybe thinking about getting off the road. And if anything else, slow down. We need to slow down. I always talk about, watching our speed. BCB doing it the right way. and so slowing it down, watching speed, weather conditions, and road conditions. So that's what's going on with the wind. Temperatures, we haven't looked at temperatures, but you know, it's August, getting just about late August, and you know, got a nice section of 90s, but most of the country, you know, is in the 80s, 70s, and 80s, and so, you know, not a bad day temperature-wise. Let's look at, oh, that's actually Saturday. Here's today. Here we go. Same thing. You know, a little bit through the upper Midwest and through the middle part of the country, we're in the 90s, but everywhere else, pretty nice out there, 70s, 80s. Look at that, Salt Lake City, 64 degrees right now. Kick that over to this evening or tomorrow morning when we start the day out, 7 a.m. or so. You know, man, pretty temperate. I don't even see any 70s of 80s, no 80s in the morning overnight. So really a nice mild night out there. Get in tomorrow afternoon about 3 o'clock. You know, temperatures are pretty decent there. You know, the 90s through the southern states, a little bit up into the Ohio Valley. You know, we got some 80s, but other than that, temperatures look pretty good. Let's go to rain, thunder. And here's the predicted storms. And so right now, that's what we're looking at. Let's take a look at, move it up to this evening, you know, around 9 o'clock. Around 9 o'clock, there's a pretty good set of thunderstorms up through Kansas, part of Missouri, and western and central Iowa. And then North Dakota has a pretty good storm going on. Looks like this evening predicted pretty good storm going on up in North Dakota and then up into Minnesota. A little bit of rain predicted for South Carolina this evening, Charleston, maybe half inch or so. But other than that, pretty quiet night. And then we kick it up to tomorrow morning. You know, the storms up in North Dakota and Minnesota, Iowa pretty much dissipated. But we do have a new band of predicted storms or thunderstorms going on in southern Missouri, western Tennessee, southern Illinois. But again, just really not a lot going on. If we look at, we know where the hurricanes are by tomorrow morning. That's Grace has made landfall. A lot of rain to go with it. And Henri has, you know, made that hook away from the coast and heading north. So not a lot going on weather-wise with the hurricanes or rain or snow. Pretty mild temperatures, other than some winds out west. You know, that's probably the major concern right now. Let's look at some videos today. See what we've got for videos, guys. It's been a great week on videos, and I said it this morning. You know, the past couple days I haven't had any tailgating or following too close videos. Nice job. I'm going to shout out to Steven Lopez. He's one of our newer drivers here. This is a great video. I mean, keeping that distance, you know, watching the speed and space management. When the vehicles ahead of him start slowing down, gets on the brakes. You know, we're there, not a hard brake, and we keep that distance there. So just really a nice job by one of our newer drivers of subscribing to the BCBs of doing things, speed and space management, big picture, situational awareness. Nice job there, sir. You know, again, another great video. We've got plenty of speed and space management. We see a couple of cars go past us, so we know we're going a couple miles slower than a lot of the traffic. Light stays green. Our driver has slowed down and let that other vehicle turn. Makes it through the light with plenty of time, no issues there. So just really, really a nice job by our drivers of doing, you know, what we've been talking about and listening to what other drivers, you know, give their tips on how to manage the stoplights and the speed and space management. So great stuff, drivers. And again, this is another one. I really like this one. It shows our driver doing a great job managing speed and space, but if you'll notice the trucks on either lane, either side of him, it's the same thing. You know, there's great speed and space management by all three big trucks in this video. And so just really nice job. Hopefully, you know, other drivers, other companies are tuning in and seeing and hearing what we're talking about here. But it's so much better, you know, to be able to manage that space, own the road in front of you, and keep away from, you know, the hard brakes and stuff of that nature. So guys, great job. And this one I call train tracks done right. You know, we're coming up to train tracks, and there's nothing that said we had to stop there, but the driver stopped, made sure that it was clear, and then proceeds on to the stop sign. And so just a really great job, of managing the train tracks. This is in Anna, Illinois, so that may be a commuter train, and those things really go zipping through. So great job by our driver, situational awareness, looking at the big picture and manage it. So that's what we got this afternoon. Great week. We got a caller.
Yes, we do. We got a couple here, actually, and if I were to get to the right screen, we got Daniel Bass. What do you got for us, sir?
Daniel
Bass, sorry, I think you had yourself unmuted there for a second.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Hey, it kept going back to muted for some reason. I wanted to bring up the first video from Steven.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anybody mention it in a while. The camera should be straight so we can see both mirrors in the front. That might be necessary at some point. That we can use that to help us.
Hey, Daniel, great point. Great point. When you look at your the videos, and that is a good point. That's the ideal setting if we can see the cameras out in front, and that way when we look at the videos, we can see what's going along a little bit more alongside us. Thanks for sharing that and pointing that out, Daniel.
We also have Steven Lopez here.
Hey, Steven.
What do you got for us?
Steven. Lost him. Well, it is a Friday afternoon. I kind of flew through all the things, the safety and the weather. Didn't get quite as in depth on it, but it is a Friday afternoon. It's been a great week, folks. Thank you for all, and I know yesterday was Thankful Thursday, but thanks for all you do to keep us safe out there, protect lives, to protect BCB, to protect yourself. And so if you're heading home for the weekend, great job on getting there safely.